rather eat than bid on a Diglett.
Man, what would you do with a Doug trio?
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Cheap Seat Critics podcast, where today we are covering Anime Crimes Division. But first, hello, I'm one of your hosts, Yukiki Ryder.
I'm Crimson Maroon.
And I'm Sprinks, and hey, if you're listening from... Oh, shoot, did I even... Oh, crap. I'm sorry.
Neo
Neo
Otaku
Otaku City. Hey, you know what? No. Prestige TV City. If you're listening from there, you can find us over on, oh boy, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, as well as LetterBoxd, where we have to average out numbers and graphs of everything we do and have covered. We have a visual side of things over on YouTube and Rumble, if that's your fancy. We got PNG tubers and a slideshow of whatever it is that we're covering. But hey, maybe not your fancy, and you'd rather just listen to us on the road or at a library or while taking a dump. You know what? You could do that, and we have tons of audio platforms out there for you as well.
Yeah, I mean, today Anime Crimes Division is, I guess, quite infamous. But first, I guess we'll start with histories today. Spriggs, why don't you start?
Okay, sweet. I didn't know what this was. It was brought up as a pitch of what to do kind of this season, and Ryder brought it up, and Crimson connected that it was attached to Rocket Jump, the people who did Video Game High School. So I'm like, okay. And then it was also connected to Crunchyroll, and I was familiar with that and went, okay. So I didn't know who was in this. I didn't know how long it was. I didn't know what it was about. But with the information I had, I honestly thought this was going to be an anime the whole time until episode 1 popped up, and I went, "Oh my gosh, that's Sun One," and wow, and that's Freddie Wan, and I was like, "Oh, this is much different than what I thought it was going to be." But overall, first time.
Very fair. That's kind of what I thought too going in. I'll do mine next. The only thing I knew, so I've heard of this show multiple times. I never saw anything for it, but I remember coming across it on Crunchyroll because shock, surprise, surprise. I watch anime. Um, and I saw one of my favorite YouTubers starring in the show, and I was confused for a second, and that's how I learned of it. But this is my first time watching all the way through for the podcast. I had seen episode 1 a long time ago. Crimson.
Right? So I never heard of it until a writer pitched it, and like Sprink said, I looked into it and realized it was a rocket jump thing. When Ryder brought it up, I also thought it was an anime because it's in the title. So that was a little surprise. I've seen season 1 twice now, and episodes 1 and 2 of season 2 twice. The remainder of season 2 I have seen once. Uh, Between the time of it getting picked for the podcast and covering for the podcast, I watched season 1 with somebody, and we started season 2, but then we stopped for some reason. So there's that.
Interesting.
Cool. I'll jump into facts first. There's not gonna be many, because this is like a web series, and I don't really have a budget listed, and I only got the creators, actors, and other little tidbits. Um, the show obviously stars Sung Won Cho. I hope I pronounced that correctly. But he's a famous YouTuber that goes by ProZ. Uh, It also stars Riley Rose Critchlaw, who also appears in other one of Rocket Jump's other productions that we've covered on the podcast, Video Game High School. I don't know if she was in an episode that we have covered, but I know she's in there.
He was not in season 1.
That's true.
Yeah.
Not in season 1.
All right. So good thing I asked. Yeah. Uh, the opening song is sung by Rina Hoshino, who is regularly hired to do other anime openings and such.
Of both
The
season 1 and
creators,
2?
no, of season 1.
Okay.
Um, and the creators are Darnell Murphy Jr. and Freddie Wong, who I think both make cameos in the actual show as well.
Freddie Wong does.
Yeah, Freddie One certainly does.
Yeah, that's true. I think that's all I got from what I could find. So if anyone's got any other any facts to throw in, feel free.
If anyone's a Corridor Crew fan, there's a couple cameos of people from Corridor Crew,
Oh,
channel that focuses on VFX predominantly. So there you go. I know that.
being first time and not getting like a green light situation, there's a bunch of stuff on Rocket Jump of like behind the scenes and how stuff was made. I didn't watch any of it,
Nor have I. So
but I feel like more facts could be in there. But
Oh, I'm sure.
probably
Had
it would be weird if it wasn't.
Yeah.
And I guess with that, unless we have anything else to add, we shall jump right into our coverage.
Well, I'm as ready to jump in as Yugi Fudo.
P.
Furuya.
No,
No, I combined two Yu-Gi-Oh names. That's fine.
all right, there,
Okay.
Joey Wheeler, slow down.
All right. So for this episode, because Anime Crimes Division is a mini show, it's pretty much a collection of shorts divided into 2 seasons. Though season 2 arguably has a bit more story to it. We will be dividing the 2 seasons up into 2 separate parts, and we'll be popcorning for each one. So starting with season 1, we will just popcorn around as needed. And I will pick on Crimson.
Sure. I'll start with what I just butchered with. Yu-Gi-Oh! I am glad there was a Yu-Gi-Oh! Episode. What I'm not glad about is how well they portrayed Yu-Gi-Oh! Uh, the, but it was cool to see Yu-Gi-Oh! One. I guess should have probably covered it in histories, but I haven't seen too many animes. A lot of the references in these 2 seasons go right over my head. Yu-Gi-Oh is not one. I do know Yu-Gi-Oh, and if there's other ones that come through this season, I'm sure I'll bring them up. But something that bugged me with the Yu-Gi-Oh episode is he did not special summon his blue eyes, which is something you have to do because he is too high of a level to just play on the field. Little inconsistency with the game.
Even if it's a
You know, an error card.
error
Yeah.
card.
The levels on a Yu-Gi-Oh card are the stars above the photo, and that blue eyes had the proper amount of stars. So
It's just the attack power that was the misprint.
yeah.
Uh, yes, I agree with that because it's been a while since I played Yu-Gi-Oh. As someone who you did play some Yu-Gi-Oh for play to keeps, it is quite a thrill. Um, so yeah. Otherwise, though, I think I enjoyed a lot of the other stuff in the Yu-Gi-Oh episode as well. Sprinks.
I haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh. Just to put my hat in the ring there.
Put your hat in there.
Yeah, I'm a Pokemon guy, not a Yu-Gi-Oh one.
Oh, you're into those Pokemans?
Yeah, Pokemans. Crimson, I have a hunch that episode 2 here was your favorite out of the bunch.
Running it through. That or the beach episode of season 2.
Oh man, Crimson with the beach, of course.
I would be a resident of Prestige. Okay. All I'm...
yeah, same.
Yeah,
That's
know.
more my place than.
I'd probably be the only one of us that would be in Otaku City.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I will jump to the opening with the narration. It kind of tells you everything you need to know as far as world building is concerned in terms of like what the city is supposed to be. And I think it's a pretty good opening to kind of demonstrate the level of parody we're going to be working with for the rest of the series. Um, which is Joe Furuya like reading off like this is Otaku City and uh there are two kinds of people who live here, which is the people who can recite the opening for
Sailor Moon
I already forgot Sailor Moon. Thank you.
and
I've
those who
gonna
can't.
hit myself forgetting the anime, and those who can't, which it tells you everything you need to know about like what the city is kind of like. Um, and we see that Joe has a really fancy looking pellet gun. Because he's evidently not allowed to carry a gun, which we get some. I didn't expect that a question to be answered, but we actually do get some insight for that later on.
Yeah, he's got worse aim than a stormtrooper. Leave it at that.
Yeah, he's got a clip
With
size
a real
though that
gun, he's pretty good at with a
holds at least 20 bullets.
It's a
yeah.
fancy gun. I can believe it. Oh, actually, no. The other one was not a fancy gun.
No, this is no Green Hornet pistol.
Yeah, the comedic extended mag. That one's definitely for the joke on that one. But yes, I agree. It fired way too many bullets. Sprinks got a point you want to jump to?
I will excuse the bad ADR work as it is the joke for bad ADR work in the show.
I would judge you harshly if you held that as an objective issue.
I'm just
Yeah, the
letting you know now
dubbers?
because I know people would question it for me. So I see the joke usage of it for the dub. I get it. It is humorous. It is not a fault.
Good. Yay. My view of you doesn't change from that. Sweet. That's probably my favorite joke in this. At least in season 1 for
Oh,
sure.
okay. I'm like in the entirety.
Yeah,
Oh, that reminds me.
definitely season 1.
There are some good jokes. Overarching question: did the two of you watch this with subtitles on?
I did.
Okay.
I did not.
There are some jokes
What did I
you
miss?
miss if you don't watch with subtitles.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I should have figured they would do that because there's
So,
funny enough, one of my favorite parody shows actually has jokes in the subtitles.
so Crimson, you probably caught my favorite joke in season 2 then.
Referring to the rocket jump stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. Did pick that up.
A joke though, which is, oh my god, how nerdy of me. That I actually found was funny is when the graffiti on the statue was a Helvetica Nuo font, and it's just typical in the sub, and I'm like, oh man, because I kind of have to dabble with fonts a lot.
Mhm.
That was just the funny insight that you had personally with
Yeah,
that.
yeah, just it got me. I'm like, oh, that's funny.
That's fair enough. I guess an overarching point for me, I was surprised how many references I got because I am a huge anime watcher, but I'm not the biggest like super otaku dork. I'm probably the
More than
biggest in
Crimson
our
and
friend
I.
group.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
More
probably the biggest in our
combined.
friend group, but I wouldn't comparably to other people. I'm not that big, so I think there's only maybe 3 anime jokes that really went over my head, uh, for this first for these 2 seasons, and a lot of them are the like advertisement for pause screens where we have an ad break.
Oh,
Because there's a lot of animes that do that differently. So whenever we got an ad break, we had something different pop up on screen, and I know I missed a few of those references.
Yes, that Anime Crimes Division member.
that was funny. I went, damn it! I thought it was a Clefairy. Crap. Um, I think I probably got at least half of the understanding of the references.
Yeah, I assume most of you guys got all the prestigious city ones, prestigious TV city ones.
Maybe.
I
I
don't
don't
know
know.
if
I
Sprinks
haven't
got
I haven't
that
seen
from
Mad
any of the
Men.
shows.
I only seen the first season of Breaking Bad. Uh, I don't know. I feel like some things could have been said that didn't hit with me.
I got a good grasp on most of the Prestige City stuff.
Hmm. That's fair. Um, uh, I'll jump to the names. The for Joe Furuya being paired up with Diesel.
Definitely a
Uh,
Diesel.
Oh, I get that
that's
one.
it. Yeah. Uh, so the names in the show are pretty funny as well.
I'm gonna need an explanation on what you just said.
Me?
Yeah, can you
Yeah,
translate that?
the names.
What's the
Oh,
diesel mean to the name?
oh, then no, that's the point. It's just Diesel. Like it's just funny because it's
Oh,
Diesel.
okay.
It's a very on the surface one. There's
I thought
nothing
you were
deep into
setting
that.
it up as a reference joke.
No,
And you're like,
that
yeah,
one is not a reference that I know of. If it is, I missed it.
Ah,
oh,
well, this was before Bullet Train. Yeah, so that wouldn't be
absolutely.
connected.
That'd be a random thing if it was.
I suppose so. Yeah,
But Thomas the Tank Engine was out before this.
that is also true.
Very true.
Uh,
Uh,
it's it's a little difficult for me. This is going to be a little shaky on my objective, for the sense of what is made to reenact anime and what is feasible in world that works. And one of my examples is after seeing the graffiti on the wall outside the sub gang, and they're all like, "What do we do? We go to war." And Joe turns around and sees the one who graffitied the wall in the alleyway. They were
Naruto
just
running away.
that, yeah,
Yeah.
they were just all there, but no one noticed them until Joe pointed out to notice them. And I can get how that's an anime thing of like, look over there, and there's a person where a whole crowd was, but if they never moved from that spot, then they would be visible. So that's the difficulty thing for me of like, is this world an actual anime physic world, or is this just like niches and everything to knowing anime and it's a culture of it, but it's still a real sensed place?
Something to push that maybe more into a concrete decision is the dubbers, right? That their mouths aren't matching what they're saying in reality, and we don't see them using like a translator or something. There's no like gadget they're holding to
Yes, but it
translate.
also could be ventriloquism.
I guess they don't really play it off like that, but I guess you can try to
I'm just saying,
inspire
it
that.
for a physical, feasible world, how that could be explained is that.
Yeah, they're all just professional ventriloquists.
Yeah.
Well, and then the sub people, he even points at the like
Drugs.
definition text
No, I don't know. Yeah,
on
you're
on
right.
the then that's floating in the room.
And then it comes up
So
later in the third episode.
yeah, uh, what was the word? Start with a T. I had it written down. Anime word.
I don't even. Yeah, I don't even know which word
Tsundere.
you're referring to.
When they say a word and it
Tsundere.
clarifies what the word is in text.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I think that kind of grounds it more in the this world kind of revolves around the anime, and it's not just anime references.
Yeah, I think there are. I think it's more anime world than it is just anime reference world because otherwise, spoiler season two is the power up sequence wouldn't make as much sense.
Yeah, the Sailor Moon thing.
Oh, and we also have the Shadow Realm where he gets
No, yeah, that's
banished to
true.
hell,
That's also
14-year-old
true.
to hell. uh, so I am leaning more as just like an anime world.
Okay. That excuses some things.
Yeah, it's pretty wild this world.
What it will not excuse, though, is in the first episode, 725 timestamp, green screen jittering of the background around Joe's face.
uh, I'll just have to nod and accept because I don't know the budget.
Yeah.
It is Rocket
Well,
Jump,
Well,
but
it did seem
I
like
mean,
set.
the end of every episode is like, we got a small budget.
Yeah, it did seem like they were actually on sets, and the background city landscape was probably green screened or VFX'd in. Um, but there was just that one instance where I guess the statue effect didn't line up to Joe and blurred him or something.
It was no Mr. Bean and Scooby Doo.
This is true.
Yeah, it's not Rowan Atkinson.
I don't know if you
Yeah.
remember the scene that you were very critical on when the scene of Mr. Bean getting grabbed from the floor.
Oh yeah, that was. You're right.
But
It's not that. That was terrible.
it's not that.
Thank you for explaining the scene. Yeah. Phew.
uh, we kind of have a. I'll jump to kind of like I guess the template for the first season at least is Joe is given a partner that he doesn't want,
Oh,
which is the foundation to their, I guess the relationship for the rest of the show. But it's also just kind of a standardish arc to help introduce us to the rest of the world and how crazy bizarre it all is. Um, and I it's definitely part of the parody, but I'll say the relationship I would say is probably way too fast paced for the first season.
yeah, yeah, I'd agree with that because they only had 3 episodes to work with to get Joe to flip his personality. That was the plan of the chief.
With
We
how he
paired
said
you up with
this is,
Diesel to
yeah, saying this
first
is an
season.
anime world in comparison, I think it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, like it's that one is hard for me to gauge because that one's kind of more in the uh, I guess character work writing area. So Joe flips pretty much within one episode. He's like, "You're not so bad, Diesel," and Diesel did save his life, so that goes quite a long way. But it's very very quick to 180 in the first episode, and then they just kind of build on that, continuing forward, where Joe's just trying to get over his playing for keeps addiction and stuff like that in episode 2, and then also his Gundam addiction and well his former what would be his former Gundam addiction after episode 3, but
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't come out of nowhere. They do
yeah.
build something to go off of.
Crimson.
It's, reference I got was Death Note is his only book. Yeah. My question is why didn't he use that or something?
Too powerful.
It's too powerful. I mean,
I don't know.
someone kind of uses it in season 2.
Yeah, there's a level of like one thing that isn't clear because that kind of leads into a bit of a world building problem is like where do the props end and the real world objects begin?
Well, it's weird because he has stuff that he says are from the shows, but the shows are cartoons.
Yeah.
So they're not from the show, and he's not referring to them as like replicas, except the gun he has. He refers to that as a replica. But the other ones he's actually saying are from the show. So it kind of gets into a weird territory of what does that even mean?
Good point. Is this
Yeah.
just a live action to audience reenactment of a world that would actually fit into anime styled animation?
I mean, I get that impression quite a bit. So like the idea that this is the world where all the anime is filmed, quote unquote. That
Yeah.
could be another
Is it a meta joke
interpretation.
on itself, this being a live action adaptation?
Uh, it could
Be.
be. I
I don't
feel like
think there
that's
is a
something more
manga
with
of the
them.
Anime Crimes Division or anything like that. I'm not sure if there was ever intended to be an actual anime.
Oh, it never happened, as far as I'm
Hmm. Sprinks point.
Hey, went over my head, but maybe you would know. Would a Neon Genesis Evangelion liquid be sold for $40,000?
Absolutely
from the
not.
show. That's exactly what I'm
Well,
saying.
I'm like, I
I
don't know what
mean,
that liquid is.
well, if it's from the actual show, like let's pretend Neon Genesis was real and they had actual sets, maybe I could see it going for that.
The jar said a prop from it, So it is from it, and it kind of piggies back on what we just said of how is there a prop of an animation topic.
Yeah.
Also, what is that liquid
I don't know. That
rider?
over my head. All right,
I don't
then
I
keep
don't
your
have an answer for
secrets.
you either.
Oh, you don't know any. Okay.
I realized this. Sorry, it took a second for me to realize the silence was an open question for me as well
So
to
you,
answer.
okay, so you have seen that anime, or you have not seen
Yes, I've seen Neon Genesis. I don't remember the jar of liquid.
Purple Goo or anything?
Weird.
Yeah, it looks. Yeah, it's weird. Uh, One of the things I liked that turns out to be extremely relevant is just the quick line of after they save all of the Dakimarus, which are the body pillows. Dakimara are the body pillows. They He says for every like shipment of waifu saved, a Gundam gets destroyed somewhere, referring to the killer he wants to still chase down, which was a neat through line.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good through line uh for the first season.
Yeah. Yeah. That would connect.
And Crimson Point.
Sure. I know for a fact in actual Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments you can't use misprinted cards. So
Yeah, but this was
Oh, that's
a
why this is an underground
underground,
though.
like, yeah, bar
I don't see why they
scene.
would allow it either. Because it's
Well,
like,
I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh uh rules that are broken in the show. So there's actually quite a few funny parodies of making the character uh is the main character really named Yu-Gi-Oh? I forgot his name.
it's
Yugi.
Yugi.
Yugi, thank you. There's a
Yoko.
lot of funny character parodies where the character Yugi is forced to play by the actual rules of the game in our world, and he just gets screwed over because of it.
Oh my gosh, it just reminded me. Crimson, what the heck is that battle anime game? Jump Force?
Yep,
Uh,
Jump Force.
I've played Yu-Gi-Oh! And Jump Force. That's
I
something.
guess you kind of did in some degree. Uh,
I don't
but
know, it
yeah,
just
check
clicked in
out the
my head.
game.
I'm
It's
like,
fun.
I have done.
Yeah, and another thing with the Yu-Gi-Oh. Sorry, I'm a fan, but
I know. Keep going.
he was acting like the what was the Dark Magician
Super
card,
Super
Saiyan?
whatever.
Saiyan Dark Magician.
Super Saiyan Dark Magician. Uh, he's like,
Not a
nothing
girl.
can destroy it. I'm like, there's so many cards to just get rid of a monster card, no matter how strong it is. Like you could do like Dark Hole or any numerous cards. There's like
Well,
flip cards.
how does
There's
Exodia
so many.
work? Because I feel like when people get all 5 pieces, it's just ended the game.
That is how that works. If you have all 5 pieces in your hand, then you win the game. But you, she would already have to have that in her hand for him to take over, I guess. Uh, and she even had the super deck, and she still lost. Half the department's money went towards making that deck.
Bad department.
Yeah, it's a bad department, or they sent in the wrong Yu-Gi-Oh player.
This is true. She didn't have the heart of the cards.
No. Little cameo. Well, being a Freddie Wan production to see Jimmy Wan in it of the stick up operation, I guess, around the table about playing for keeps. Episode 2.
Yep.
Yep.
With the hoodie.
Yeah. Which is also an inconsistency of the hoodie comes off when he hits the table, and then when it goes back to on him, the hood's back on.
I Yes,
Got
I
the
agree.
hoodie, yeah. I
um,
did like the "You activated my trap card" classic. Even people who don't know Yu-Gi-Oh has heard that phrase. Um, as and the
it's
what was
true.
the card? You're under arrest. I think is what the card was called. Yeah, you're
Yes,
under
Yeah.
arrest.
that was pretty funny.
Funny.
uh, one of my this will lead into a bit of a problem. One of my favorite bits is the subbers and dubbers are about to go to war, and uh, the they switch to like what's it called? So then obviously like in a classic fashion, our two heroes just bring the proof out with them because they collected them off screen, and it's obviously the subbers versus dubbers versus manga, which is a fair assessment to make. There's not very many people out there backing in the manga faction that are like on YouTube and stuff like that. If we want to consider that a factional division, because usually most animes are quite faithful to the manga adaptation, but obviously the infamous one that is the exception he named. Uh,
Half the characters.
it'd be true. Um, and then one of my problems is that they suddenly ramp up the tension again, like they're gonna fight, and then we just hard cut to them reopening the park.
Oh, it's a little clever that both their weapons were half a pair of scissors.
Yes, that is true, showing that they're brother and sister, kind of even more in that regard. Um, yeah, I actually quite liked the first episode because I thought this was going to be a given the nature of it being a web series, I actually thought it was going to be episodic. So I was like, okay, that was pretty clever. Like, the reading the manga backwards is kind of a big thing. Uh, and so they utilized that obviously as part of the investigation, which I quite enjoyed. And I think I was expecting more of I guess
Detective
little
work.
yeah, I was expecting more detective work in the sense of like every episode would have been just like some random niche problem that they would have to solve. Uh, obviously, we get that for the first couple episodes, which leads into uh, they tied into the police chief being the Gundam killer all along, and then we have for the season two. Obviously, we have a very it's a long arc for season two. Crimson point.
I like the jabs Digimon because that's totally true that people don't respect Digimon. I remember that very clearly in elementary school, where
I
you had your
agree. So do
Yu-Gi-Ohs,
I.
your Pokemons, and we could all agree to bash on Digimon.
Yep.
Funny to see that carry over to this.
Yeah, I can agree with that. There was a good detail though in the second one, or when we get to season 2 about Digimon that I think was neat. But
Was it her lessons from Digimon?
no,
Oh,
Sprinks point.
I'm gonna go with it was not an anime reference to go with, but in the second episode of 410, when Joe's trying to open up his drink by pressing the marble, the over-the-shoulder shot to show the chef, I guess, is not lined up to where Joe's leaning shoulder is, and it's him more sitting upright between shots.
yeah, chef or a bartender?
I think he's bartender, but yeah, I know what you mean. Inconsistency.
Uh,
Um,
I think that was probably my least favorite joke, at least in season one, is how long they that soda bit went for.
and yeah,
That went on for too
I
long.
thought it was really funny, and then it kept going. So it was one of my favorite jokes, and then it just went on a little too long.
A joke I did really like is the callback to a flashback when the flashback to remind the audience is within the same episode that you can remember from a minute ago, and this is like 5 seconds prior.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
the Yu-Gi-Oh kid just described he was the Yu-Gi-Oh kid, and then he had a flashback of him being told he's the Yu-Gi-Oh
Gives
kid.
you yeah.
Pretty
Yeah,
funny.
that was pretty good.
It's like, oh yeah, I forgot.
I like how they use flashbacks in this series. Season two has some good ones too.
Yeah.
They overdo it, but they definitely lean into it, which is
Joe's
I think
friends with
part of
everybody.
I know. Man, when I saw
Second
Officer
and third
Vic,
best
all right.
friends.
um
Yeah.
The something I kind of picked up at the end of episode 2 was that the credits have a plot going on of Joe like making a
Yes.
Gundam.
Yes. Having done model work myself, not on a Gundam, but I've done model work on just uh, models from Japan. I worked on an 86 Juggernaut, and that pain is real when you turn your light on to look for a piece that fell out, because those things can pop out of what's holding them. That is very, very real.
Yes, and they're very small.
Mhm. There's varying levels of difficulty, but they're fun little challenges. They'll keep you busy for a bit. Um, I will jump to uh one of my favorite jokes, which was Joe Furuya when he realizes his Gundam's been taken. He's just like, "Kill me, Diesel, end it now," and he's just begging to die.
And the charade.
I don't
The
know, that
Gundam's
one
fun.
landed for me. uh,
Yeah. The bad guy being the chief, it's a little.
What a twist!
I know. What a twist. Who would have guessed?
what a twist.
Uh, I don't know what they could have really done in 3 episodes, which would have been like half an hour. It's like an episode of a standard show. But it kind of was just like, yep, yep. It's like a Scooby Doo
Yeah,
mystery.
it was the
Yeah,
classic, take the mustache off.
yeah, it's the other named character that we see consistently.
Pretty much.
The real
um,
question is though, who's the one watching on the screen at the end of the season?
I don't even know if they knew when they did it.
No.
yeah, my best faith in interpretation of that is probably someone from prestigious TV City, because there's a line that they throw out saying that they're the ones who put the chief in charge.
Okay, could be.
But I don't have any like solid evidence for that. That would just be my guess of theory crafting of what we have to work with.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's any big name person, but I think it's for the show's sake. It's them being, we want to make season 2. This is our cliffhanger.
Yeah, pretty much. Crimson.
Um, the the mystery, I guess, of the Gundam thing is I like the concept of it of like a killer that's taking body parts to make a Frankenstein type monster thing. In this instance, it's just a different Gundam, but because it is kind of parroting like murder mystery shows, uh, I guess probably some movies with that concept and applying it to toys is quite fitting.
I agree. Also fitting in the, I have a fan fiction you don't understand. It's my head canon.
Yeah, you have
Yeah,
to
How
a
sick of a
certain
brain
level
one
of
can be.
it's
yeah. I mean, as someone who writes fan fiction constantly, even I cringed a little bit at that, because even one of my efforts that I put into writing my fan fiction is I don't like to deviate from canon that much. I like to try and find little spots to elaborate or expand on what already exists.
so you're telling me your fan fiction of Lord of the Rings where it takes place on the moon
This is spoiling.
isn't canon?
This is spoilers.
I don't write Lord of the Rings fan fiction because I don't touch perfection.
Zaner.
Ref-
Take that.
I should write some
Well,
Jurassic World fan fiction
Oh,
though.
look what you just did, Crimson, to all our audience.
it
For all
did
of them
better.
were deceived.
uh, but yeah, no, it definitely plays into kind of like the fandom of it. I guess, and I appreciate, I guess, the overreacting too when he sees the in the flashback where he loses his gun is where he just pukes at seeing the body.
Oh gosh, all the different colors of
There's some good
puke.
puking in this
Yeah,
show.
there are quite a bit. Yes.
Yeah, that pink vomit
There's like a
that Diesel
purple
does.
one. Diesel
See,
had.
that is a reference to anime, because there is a lot of anime where when a character throws up, they bleep it out with rainbows. One of my favorite ones is in Konosuba. I probably have used the GIF before in our chats, but it's been a while. So
Possible.
Yeah,
that
they're
that
not.
is that is the reference to that the multicolored puke.
Third
Uh,
episode, there like when Joe's showing off his Gundam, the background at 42-second mark warps, and I don't know why. I didn't get what was causing it
What's
because
the
I feel
scene?
like they're in a room. They're in his apartment,
at 42
and
seconds, you say?
42 seconds in episode 3, and the right poster warps, and I thought maybe it was like a wind or someone hit it or it's not like flush to the wall or something like that. But then when Joe like just barely moves his head, the one on the left also moves. So it's the whole
Yeah,
background.
there might be just be a fan in the room circulating air. To
No,
be
it's not.
honest,
No, not a fan. Not for the movement of both posters to go inward.
I had no idea then because I mean to be honest, I don't see it. So,
I
but
didn't see it.
I'll believe it's there. It wouldn't surprise me.
I just couldn't tell what was causing it. And then minute 30, we
Uh,
got the Freddie Wan cameo as the
yep, yep.
officer on the scene.
I do like the opening for season one. The kind of the tools they play with shadows, they play with the bubble tea as a someone as a platform that the silhouettes are walking on, and then they play with pocky sticks as well. Pocky,
Hockey.
uh, pocky sticks as well that they're walking on. So just some simple fun animations from the opening that are very much part of the culture that's leaked out beyond Japan.
I've had Pocky sticks. Does that make me an anime person?
Sure. Use them as
I think
cigarettes.
going through all of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood would make you an anime person. So
Also, just slight
Good
correction.
joke.
Sorry to be that guy, but Ramune drink instead of bubble tea.
oh, thank you. I've heard it. I've heard the misconception before. So I unfortunately my brain has fused the two together. But
Yeah,
Ramune is correct.
the one with the marble.
Yes, I do like that they're playing it off that he's drunk off of them.
Yeah, yeah. He's a
That was a
little
bit
too
funny.
much. There is a
Uh,
blink and you miss it moment in episode 3 during kind of the flashback of the first Gundam death scene with Joe. There is a poster on a telephone pole for it's a wanted poster for Monkey D. Luffy, One Piece.
that's funny. I like that. Uh, Crimson Point.
Um, man, what would I want to go on to? Wet eyes, brown trousers.
Not that good of a comeback.
No, it does not roll off the tongue. Not at all. Nothing like blue eyes, white dragons.
I
I
don't know
And
agree.
what
I guess with
I was gonna
I
say.
haven't
I
really
don't know
talked
what
too
kind of
much about
accent
the
you put onto
characters.
that, but
I don't either. Uh, Diesel is a interesting character in season one for me, where she doesn't feel like a character. She feels like a caricature, and they're all like exaggerated people in this, but she doesn't feel fully like a character to me in season one. Season two definitely does, but season
Yeah,
one,
very
yeah.
much. I would say Joe is the main character for season one, and then Diesel is probably the main character for season two.
Crimson, how do you feel about her acting then?
Well, I think she did all right because she's supposed to be overacting. They all kind of are. So I didn't really have an issue with the acting. Did you? Is that why you're bringing it up? Or
No, I was just questioning because you talked about her not feeling like a character.
no? Oh, yeah, her acting was fine. Matched everybody else's exaggerated nature.
Mhm. Um, I will jump to I kind of like we've touched a lot on the Yu-Gi-Oh episode, but I'll touch on some of it. The opening into the game where they're on the job more or less, and then they play the trap card, which again I think you already touched on it, Crimson. Everybody gets that reference now because it's just that infamous and famous. Um, but I quite like the turn of that and how they were just I like just starting in on them on the job pretty much after the auction. Have to be efficient with their limited screen time.
It's like with 8 to like 13-minute episode length. Definitely got to pack it. Almost there's one episode where they want to jam in a fluff joke and add fluff.
There was a
I think
good kind of joke like that in season 2 that I liked.
Yeah,
I I
kind
think
of
the only
tedious.
fluff joke in season 1 is probably the prolonged trying to open the drink.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was meant to be fluff. It just ended up being it.
Just a tiny bit too long. Uh Sprinks, another point?
Running low on season 1 here. I like the first forced perspective of the Gundam body from the camera angle.
Uh
So
yes.
that like, normal looking body, and as you get closer, oh, it's actually very small. Very Peter
Mhm.
Jackson-y.
Yep. Or Guillermo del Toro once after to a degree anyway.
That's true.
Um I'm also running low for season 1, but I'll jump to I liked the simpleness of the joke of this one shoots real bullets strapped to another basically
Yeah,
version of the same gun. That one got me.
We actually didn't see how critical that injury was in episode 1. That he shot the guy's eye.
nope.
Could have
Maybe
been
he lost
blinded.
it.
Yeah.
Probably. I
Yeah, we
would
don't
think that would be
see
an
him again,
advantage.
do we?
No.
Mm-mm.
It's
Obviously, the
funny.
point of that's just to show us Joe on the job.
Yeah, but it's funny for a guy to wear glasses thinking he's so competent against a cop with a gun pointed at his face to take his glasses off.
Yeah.
It's a pellet gun, no less.
I take it that guy hasn't seen Christmas Story.
I'll
Yeah,
stretch your eye out, kid.
an anime otaku nerd will shoot your eye out, kid.
The bullet
uh,
also from that gun, decent slow mo for the effects.
Yeah, I would just I'd agree with that.
Then
yeah,
again, it
and
did.
then followed up with the comical slow mo of just like the turning the PNG of the grenade falling to the ground.
Yeah, it.
Like little like a low frame rate type effect.
Yeah.
After watching episode 1, I'm like, ooh, this does feel very Rocket Jump production.
Has their definitely feels like their style, which I guess I think it benefits the show more than it detracts.
I think so. Sure.
Um, how are you looking on your notes there, Crimson, for season 1?
You got like 2 left.
You said you got 2 more left.
Yeah.
All right, shoot one of them up.
All right. I would have liked, and because season 1 is so short, I don't know where I would place it, but like this, the opening line is them talking about there actually being police. There's a difference between the police and the anime crimes division. So I kind of would have liked to see some actual police and not just the anime crimes division because they did set it up as 2 separate things.
Yeah, they get to that in season 2
Season
beginning.
2, yeah, but nothing really in this one.
Yeah, not in this one, but I am happy we did get more of that in season 2. I will jump to the Chief's Gundam cage. Uh, I quite like this as a, I guess as a matter of way to break Furia because he's the Gundam was his heart. It's cheesy dialogue, but it pretty much gets straight to the point of what it represents when that's broken. So it puts his character in the spot of quitting the Force at the end.
Metaphor.
Metaphor.
Good way to
Uh,
end a season, I guess. Your
yeah.
protagonist quitting the Force.
Uh, and that is my last note for season 1. So I will turn this over to you, Crimson.
It was kind of the same thing. I was just going to be kind of talking about the end of it with the chief because we didn't talk too much on it. Uh, I think if there was going to be anybody that kind of overacted too much, it would be the chief. Uh, it was a little much, and I know he's cranked up to like the evil villain level and not just exaggerated
Screaming when his
character.
Gundam's destroyed.
Uh, yeah, and he had his whole villain monologue and everything, so that's fine. This whole season slash show is all about tropes and references and the evil bad guy monologue and exaggerated um,
You sly
actions.
dog. You caught me monologuing.
Me monologuing, yeah,
That's
which
fair.
might be a
Did
thing
you?
in season two.
Yeah. Did you have any final points, Sprinks, or did you say you were at?
Last one I have is that Joe says he brought the gun that actually fires real bullets, and he shoots the Frankenstein Gundam, and it has no bullet holes in it.
Where
I will say
That's.
my score would be much different if we were just doing season 1.
I believe it. uh, I guess with that we shall jump to season 2, and I will leave it to Sprinks to start.
Oh boy, and we can go anywhere and everywhere.
Anywhere and
all at once?
everywhere.
Oh boy. Oh
You want to
boy.
get? You want to get the polar bear out of the way?
Yeah, let's get the polar bear out of the way. There, the beach episode has a connection to Lost, and in case you're not aware, audience, Lost is my all-time favorite TV show. Um, it's fine. Joe's faking it to get it to be here, faking it to make it. So he hasn't seen Lost. So him just willing it away, saying it's a weird show, it's fine. But
Oh, he's not willing to say, he's not saying the show is weird. He thinks the polar bear part of the show is weird.
yeah, just fine in episode 1. But just the sake of this whole show is full of references, and like my ears prick up at like, oh, I got that. As soon as Lost was mentioned, I was on the edge of my seat. It's like
What
he
did they
got
hit
Yeah,
me.
you
I
with
figured
this?
Yeah,
I like
what are you
that.
gonna
that
do
wa-
here?
that was your timestamp, right?
Yes.
Okay. uh, and we've mentioned before, audience, we have timestamps for each other to react to specific things. Uh, in our group chat.
Yes.
Uh,
Writers was episode 2 of season 1, seeing a waifu at the auction. Mine was hearing Lost. But I will go to,
I
I think, my favorite joke out of them all, if you'd like.
go right ahead. I see no reason not
When
to.
they are brainwashing Joe, and I'll just call her the mom, puts on the disc the subtitle. I didn't write down the subtitle, but it was along the lines of Rocket Jump's hit performing television scenes from Rocket Jump's hit show video video game High School or something, like various scenes.
That is
Yeah, it's
that the subtitle
exclusive to
said? That's
people.
pretty funny.
Yeah,
Yeah, exclusive to subs.
and him being tortured to watch video game High School, I thought was hilarious.
It was a weird way to start for binging TV. Though he makes actual references to Game of Thrones later
Oh
on.
yeah,
So
I'm sure that went over Crimson's head.
yeah,
I get. I mean, Game of Thrones was pretty big. I know some Game of Thrones stuff, having not seen it.
yeah, that's fair. It's you if you didn't get it, you probably understood why it was there. In any
Yeah.
case,
Piggybacking on the brainwashing scene, uh, I read the DVDs that were on the shelf that she pulled from, and my favorite one was ambiguous endings that nobody got, but we all say we love.
Yep, that was the first one.
And I immediately jumped to just Lost on that one.
Oh, shut up.
I'm sorry,
No, you're
but that's
not.
what I thought.
No,
look.
you're
As someone who has
no,
only seen a certain section
no.
of Lost, even I'm familiar with the infamous of that the infamy of that ending being
It's
confusing.
It's like the big thing everyone talks about with Lost is the ending.
Yeah, that's like I said. I haven't seen the show, but I
Oh,
know that's
oh,
what everybody
oh,
says about it.
oh! You just wait till we cover it. Oh, oh. I'm
Well, I
like a
would have beat
simmering
that out of
pot.
you.
My lid is boiling over.
I'm gonna get a theological lecture about the ending of
It's gonna
Lost.
be a
Uh,
long episode.
Yeah, I might be dead that day. I don't know.
Oh,
We'll
pff,
have to find out.
you sneaked out of Riverdale. You're not sneaking out of this one.
Only for now. We will drag him back to Riverdale at some point.
Another joke you missed, Ryder, in the last episode is when the little girl comes back up to Joe. She says Joe twice, but the subtitles keep it as one, so it's JoJo. And in parentheses said, "Look, we made a reference. Are you happy now?"
That's pretty good. It's the reference to the JoJo anime. I would assume
Yes.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. Um, and obviously, I find it comedic the level of uh, the girl, because obviously she's not a character, but the use of her tool being exaggeratedly a highly specific tool. That one was pretty funny to me. Like she showed up just to be the sweet innocent thing in Joe's life, and to finish him and off by pushing him like into Super Saiyan God mode or whatever.
How'd she get here?
Anime.
The plot
Oh,
demanded it.
thanks, Crimson.
That's a
And
good
that was your
question.
house.
I just said I would question the logistics, but I don't know if questioning logistics will help in this show.
No, it's all goofy.
Yeah,
Why is the mom there? Why is the child there? They all just show up because it's the end of the show and they need to be
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
yeah. I'll say this: Joe's power up reference to Dragon Ball. I'll say the same thing as I said during Dragon Ball. It's still plot armor, but the characters in Dragon Ball Z at least have character reasons not to ruin the power up. I couldn't
It,
really think of anything for the mayor outside of just playing into the parody.
he made it over 9,000.
He did.
He did.
I
I got
got
that
that.
reference. Um.
Uh,
Oh.
Crimson
Oh. Ho,
point.
ho.
That is indeed my name. Um, we get a hallway action scene in episode 4, and I liked it. It was a little annoying how she said it was like a long take, but I saw at least 5 like hidden cuts in it.
Oh yeah.
Um, but well choreographed, cool. There were a lot of hits that obviously weren't even close to the faces or the actual
Yeah,
hits, but
I appreciate the homage.
I like the camera work. I like the choreography. The music, not my genre, but I like that it was kind of speaking what was going on in his head during the fight.
Yeah. The music was a
Which,
parody of itself of what was happening.
Yeah,
yeah, which I actually quite liked because I trust the anime fans to hear their favorite theme song when they're in the middle of a fight or whatever boss fight in a video game or take your pick.
Fortunately, Crimson, it was not Dean Martin's "Ain't It a Kick in the Head"
that a kick in the head. Um,
from another
I
hallway fight.
Yeah, I will jump to one of my favorite bits, which is the normal police officers. Um, why can't people just kill each other for normal reasons? Forget it, Sam. It's Neo Otaku City, which is a reference to Chinatown.
Oh,
yeah, I did get that one.
I
Yeah,
didn't.
I was not expecting a reference to Chinatown in an anime crimes division.
Chinatown.
Yeah, the infamous quote is "Forget it, it's Chinatown" as like a thing of like don't push your luck as a police officer in this part of town.
Ah, a joke I did
Uh,
like for the meta sense is when they're talking about last season.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. You mean spring? Why did you just say spring?
Yeah, 3 months ago when Joe quit. It's like, oh, well, that's funny.
I agree. That is pretty funny. Uh, that was all the three of us. So Crimson, go again.
Sure. Something that kind of annoyed me a little bit is the potential spoilings I've gotten from this. Uh,
Ooh, I'm in the
from
same boat.
yeah, the first one of Hughes from Fullmetal Alchemist. I've seen it. Great show. Um, but the other ones now, if I ever watched it, I can be on guard for those scenes now.
Yeah, I'm like, ooh,
But
never seen Grave of the Fireflies.
now I know if
Now
there's
I
two
know
kids
something.
in a cave or something,
Yeah, I
it would
mean,
be sad.
they're on the most of them. I think Full Metal Alchemist being one of the exceptions. A lot of them, the animes are over 15 years old. So they're very much leaning into the classical. So one of the like the early 2000s kind of animes. Um, and yeah, I mean that's true. The saddest anime death stuff is probably spoilers, but I mean if I don't show them to you, are you guys gonna go see them?
I don't know.
Who knows?
You set
I
me.
have a lot of life left to go.
Yeah,
That's
I got
true.
a reference in here because you writer sat me down to watch it, which was Sword Out Online. So I got the Solitaire reference.
Yeah, I did make you watch. I hold on to clarify. I made you watch the first episode of the actual show. Then I made you watch the abridged.
No, we watched the entire first season of the show. Then we did
Oh,
the
I
we have
abridged.
two
don't remember
different
that.
things.
What did my hold on? Was it my uncle who did that to you? Because I do not remember subjecting you to the entire
I don't
first season of
know.
that
I
show.
watched the entire first season of the show, and you were there, and then we watched the abridged. And you're
Okay,
like, "Is this
next
better?"
question.
And I said, "It was
Were
funny."
we living together?
Yes.
Okay, then I didn't watch the show with you. If we were living together, I
Oh,
didn't
oof.
rewatch the entire first season of
I
the
don't know.
show with you.
I just remember you're like, "You need to know the tropes," and I'm like, "I've played Kingdom Hearts," and you're like, "I don't know what that is." You're watching the show, and I went, "Oh, okay."
I only
There's
need to show you. My plan was just to show you episode one. I don't remember. You might have gone on to do the rest after that because you enjoyed the concept of it.
more
Don't be putting words in
cheap
my
seats
mouth.
lore when Sprinks lived with
No,
me.
that
He
was
couldn't.
your words. I am saying what
Oh,
you
really?
said.
I don't know. I remember.
Well, I mean, you like the concept of the show because it's obviously like you're in a video game world.
I guess so.
I
Yeah, at the
can see
time.
why it
Yeah,
would vibe with you.
yeah. I remember
I didn't
seeing
say you liked the show.
season two, episode one, and I went, "Ugh, I don't know what this is." It's very
It's a
different.
completely different
Yeah,
show after that.
Crimson, you were saying?
That when Sprinks was living with me, Sprinks showed me episode one of Sword Art. Did not show me the abridged after that though. Just episode one.
Yes.
Well, that's what we call an incredulous sin.
Well, and then what Ryder showed me that I then in turn went and showed Crimson was Shield Hero, which I guess wasn't referenced at all in this show, and why would it? I feel like it's not popular.
I don't know if it was
No,
out yet.
Shield Hero is actually very popular. Well, at least season one is very popular. The problem is, I think this came out before Shield
Oh,
Hero.
really? Huh.
Yeah, or it would have been in production before Shield Hero because I guess it didn't come up with my facts. Season one was released in 2016, and season two was released in 2018. So
Yeah,
I
at least
feel
the
like
show
Shield Hero was released just after
came out.
that. So that is why it was not referenced.
Gotcha.
Otherwise, if this show had come out today, we would have seen a Shield Hero reference probably buried in there somewhere. But we would have been seeing a lot of Jujutsu Kaisen. We would have been seeing a lot of more of Naruto because it's getting a
Was there any Attack on Titan in here?
no. There was no Attack on Titan. I think that would have definitely been in here. No, that's not true. There is one reference. It's actually one of Diesel's necklaces. I think is a reference to Attack on Titan.
Oh, I thought what I picked up was Diesel's necklaces were all the Digimon crests, and they changed throughout the episodes.
Oh, is that what they
Yeah,
were?
but in
I,
season
re- I,
one, I
re-
think it was the Sailor Moon staff or something was the necklace.
Yeah, I don't know. I remember there being at least one Attack on Titan reference, but it makes sense that they're all Digimon references for her, at least in season two.
Oh yeah, I remember. I wrote Titan somewhere in my notes. I remember. I just don't know where that is.
I like the Prestige television application form of just the bottom of it. Could only make a couple. There was a Westworld one that was half cut off, but there was like, how much of Breaking Bad have you binged? And Joe's answer was all of them. And then, who's your favorite character in Stranger Things? And his answer is the 11-year-old named 11. I went, "Oh, okay." Pretty, bullshit answers to get by.
Yeah, but they're doing it obvious to show that he's not really into prestigious TV yet.
No, don't you remember?
He hasn't been
I
playing more.
hate anime. Start.
And
It's
then
true.
the hardest test of all was the Dragon Ball
Dragon Ball Z.
Z
Oh man,
evolution.
I see that went a little in my
That
head
one's
because it
infamous.
didn't hit me. I think it would have been funnier if it was Airbender.
Yes. Dragon Ball Evolution is infamous in the anime community, at least, for being one of the worst. It's probably up there for the worst adaptation ever made of a cartoon. I would probably put The Last Airbender second.
When did that one come out? Live action.
Dragon Ball Evolution. I feel like that was early 2000s or late
No,
2000s.
the Avatar.
Oh, the
Oh,
I don't.
Shyamalan Ding
that
Dong
one's
one.
2000.
Yeah,
I want to say it's 2009 or 2011, but I'm not 100% sure.
2010.
2010.
Man, has it been that long already? Oh my
Dude,
gosh,
15 years.
that's crazy. It's got a 5% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Too high.
It's still too high. High
Hey,
five.
it's got Ong, my favorite character. Okay, guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, every time you say his name, it feels like he's taking a shit.
Thanks, Crimson. We just lost 3 viewers.
I belong in Neo Otaku City. All right,
No, you don't.
Ong, my favorite.
Yeah, you're going into you're getting put in prison under a felony from the crimes division.
I'm Weddy. I'm Weddy. No, you ain't.
uh, I quite like. I enjoyed the beach episode. I'll jump to the beach episode
Of
for my
course you
point.
did.
The
Sorry,
beach episode
that was a
quite.
lot. Continue.
What's going on?
Huh? What?
He's just joking.
Okay.
I
I will
didn't see
jump to
any
the beach
penguins.
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because it's not in fucking South America.
Guilty or
uh, that's very true.
Continue your point. I gotta be quiet.
Sorry, you cracked me up again. Give me a sec. Gotta compose myself.
Oh shoot, he's all over the place.
Yeah. So I'm going to jump to the beach episode. Uh, the relationship between Joe and Diesel. I kind of liked the direction it was going in. I was surprised. They did a good job, I guess, the first 3 episodes of the season for me to buy into the will they won't they stuff that they're gonna have.
Well, will
For
they?
me, yeah,
Or
I
won't they?
wasn't the biggest fan of it. I I didn't really buy it all that much. It felt more for like the trope jokes than that
Oh
the
yeah.
actual
That's
characters.
100% what it's for. I bought
Because
the trope jokes more.
I don't I never felt like they were building towards that in season one, um, or even episode one of season two. Didn't really feel like they were building towards that. And then by episode four, it's like I don't know how I'm feeling, what this feeling is. Oh, okay, me neither.
Yeah, they got CW'd.
Yeah, it's the honestly one of the tropes of the beach episode is if characters have been dancing around each other without realizing that they're romantic interests, they suddenly start developing weird feelings for each other during the beach episode. So that's like I said, the whole thing is for the tropes. I just realized I didn't hate it as much as I did because I think they do play off each other fairly well, even if it's not really romantic chemistry. I sense.
And then there's the mom reveal.
And there's the mom reveal.
Sounds like a great time to introduce a new character.
Yeah, that was good. Good meta jokes.
As expected of
Oh,
Rocket Jump, to be honest.
oh yeah.
Sorry,
No, all good.
Springs.
Other humors. Are Joe's knees like out of titanium, or was a golf club that weak that upon hitting him it broke in half?
Um, I'm gonna go with weak golf club.
Okay, I didn't know if that was also a reference to something.
Nothing I can directly think of. I mean, I don't see Joe getting beaten to death with a club, so
No,
That's not an anime.
I know. But
being to
Not
death with a
yet.
club. I guess that one went
It's a
over my head.
sequel to something. It's from a video game.
and a show.
Uh, I guess, yeah, and a show. Don't want to spoil it for you, Springs, if you
Yeah,
don't
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
because
no,
it's
so over
tied
my
to
head.
something.
Oops.
Okay,
Uh,
then yeah, then I won't elaborate. But yeah, I don't know that. If that was a direct reference to an anime, I don't know it.
Well, the first episode felt like that sport romance type, so I don't know if it was anything out of that of a connection.
Yeah, with the between the two golf girls, like he's in
Yeah,
love with
I know
the big.
was it the volleyball one is very popular, but I haven't seen that one.
Global
Uh,
anime?
yeah, there's a volleyball anime where they're all in like orange uniforms, and that one's big, but I can't
Oh yeah,
remember the
yeah,
name of
yeah.
it.
I don't remember the name of it either, but I know which one you're talking about. There's a couple sports animes that are out there. So this is obviously leading a little bit into that trope, even if it's
Yeah.
just a couple scenes.
Is there an American football anime? That'd be wild.
Uh,
Probably.
I think there is I think football is. I remember football making an appearance in an anime, but I don't think there's a sports anime dedicated to it. I kind of want to double check that though.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be right up your alley.
Well, I'd understand the
Oh,
rules, but
Yeah, two things writer really likes, and you know, two rights don't always make a third right.
okay, all right. Don't over exaggerate me. I enjoy football. I'm not obsessed with
you
it.
love
Never
it.
said you're
You
upset.
put
I never said
money
you're
on
obsessed
it.
with anime.
Then I'm more obsessed with anime for sure.
You're a huge Chiefs fan. You have the
I'm a
logo
huge
tattooed on
Chiefs
your right
fan when you
Oh
cheek.
play
my
them,
god,
Crimson and
dude!
Madden.
People, you don't understand when Ryder like rings the bell and he's like, "It's kettle time," and I'm like, "Dude, shut up."
I guess on the record, I'm a 49ers fan, so I'm sure I'll alienate half the audience with just that saying that.
But you solidify the other half.
And Crimson's a Dolphin fan, and I'm a no sports guy, so great.
Yeah, so we'll just give you one of the lame ones. What's one of the lame ones, Ryder?
For
Uh,
American football team?
uh,
Yeah,
I can't say
Cardinals.
anything
Uh,
because I'm gonna attack people if I say any answers. So I'm keeping
Attack
my mouth
people.
quiet.
it's easy.
I
You know,
just
this is
realized.
easy. This is easy. Because my family members give me shit for it all the time, so let's just continue to do so. Broncos.
There you go. Sprix is a Broncos fan confirmed here today on
Not
Anime
claiming it with
Crimson.
my own words.
Here at Cheap Seats is a
Okay.
democracy. I vote Sprinks likes Broncos. Ryder, what do you think?
Oh man, it sounds like it likes Broncos.
That's what I'm hearing. Overruled.
No. Oh. Yeehaw.
Congratulations, Bronco fan.
Oh.
You know what? It's like a you're red versus blue, crimson, whereas like you're donut, and then he gets that epic like name drop in the background. And,
Yeah.
no, Doc. Sorry, you're Doc.
Yeah.
That's what we just did to Crimson. to the Sprinks.
Yeah.
And there is an American football anime called I Shield 21, or it's yeah, I Shield 21. So maybe I'll throw it out there if we ever have a sports season again.
Possibly, yeah. Um,
Uh,
in episode 2 of season 2 here of the what was it called ACD AMV dot WMV title for the episode. Did you feel right at home, Ryder? Feel cozy to you?
a little. I remember making a Ruby AMV back in the day.
Mm, interesting.
I've seen some.
Oh, okay. It just seemed to be full of sly foxes.
Yeah,
From what
I
I
know.
yeah.
I know where I know where I stand.
All right, cool.
Fly foxes.
Yeah, he's still mad that I snuck in a
Not
music
mad,
video.
not mad, not mad.
That's not happy.
Internally itchy, but not mad.
It makes my brain itch.
Yeah. And Crimson, how
But
do you
we
feel
all
about
agreed that it
Evanescence?
was. We all agreed there was
That
plenty
was
of
fun.
story to that music video, though.
Yeah.
I've never come across an AMV of Evanescence until this, but it's funny. A lot of their songs are catchy.
I agree. Yeah. Uh, I have made only one AMV Ruby. It was for Ruby season 1. Maybe there was some season 2 footage in there, volume 2, whatever. Um, I don't remember. I don't have it anymore. I think it's been deleted off the internet and wherever it existed. So
Good luck, audience.
yeah, good luck.
Crimson, do you notice the patch on Sasuke's jacket?
I did not.
It is of Napalm High School.
I could totally believe that this is in the same universe.
Possibly, if not
I could
for
totally buy it.
the subtitle brainwash.
Yeah,
Then
but
that just shows that it's a
the
show.
the disc doesn't say that it's that though. That's like a subtitles joke.
It
The
is.
disc said something else.
I don't know. It also has the actress playing Diesel playing then two characters that are alike or clone
Well,
similar.
not to forget Freddie Wong's
Oh yeah, Freddie Wan
stuff.
was the teacher. If he's the teacher and the
Yeah,
cop,
twins, lookalikes.
yeah, I don't know.
It'd be fun if they were in the same universe. I won't deny the fun, that potential that's in that. Um,
That flying bike would make more sense here
Yes,
to me.
make way
that
more
is very
sense
true.
here than in Video Game High School.
I will jump to Officer Visk. Officer Visk. Uh,
Fisk.
hugging a Cyberman pillow.
Oh, Vink.
This is a very Vink. Thank you. Officer hugging a Cyberman pillow and explodes. That is a very deliberate and direct reference to Dragon Ball Z. I would have actually given it down marks if Officer Vink didn't die in the correct position, because that's how, when you're killed by a Cyberman explosion, that's just how the character was killed in the anime. It's pretty infamous because he was the only one killed by a very weak creature.
Ah,
So the pose was significant. Okay.
Yes.
I
But
think I've
I
seen that
liked the
pose.
joke leading into it. Like the next person walking through that door is gonna die. And then it was him.
And then it cuts also to Joe's flashback after the explosion happens.
They
Yeah,
hinted at in season
boy,
one.
Vink became a cop at a very young age.
I mean, he was just dressed up, wanting to.
That
Oh,
was
could have
that
been
was.
pretend.
I took it as he was the cop just because I thought that was funnier. If it were true,
Could
because that's
be.
his only character trait. Is he's the cop in the background.
I find it
I just like
funny.
that. Go
Or
ahead.
oh boy, host, what's the ruling?
Sprinks.
Cool. Um, sorry, hesitation. I almost said something. Um, I think it's funny that in this season we actually see a young actor playing young Joe, but in season one, when he takes the card for keeps from the 8-year-old, that's not depicted as a young Joe. That's just Joe as his age. It's not like
Yeah,
years ago. It was just him.
yeah. There's only
Well,
5 years, I think, is what they said
it's
between when that
yeah.
happened.
Yeah, because the
To get
14-year-old went to hell. So
6 years.
yeah, that's 6 years of difference, and Joe looks the same.
Well, he wouldn't look like a kid though. That one's a bit more believable.
I stand corrected. I would like to say that Officer Fink did get slightly more character. He's a big fan of Joe and doing the interrogation scene. He's just happy to be there.
Yeah,
Yes.
it reminded me of the bit from if you two have seen it, Kung Fury, where the cop is like uh gives him the high five and he goes, "Man, you're like a brother to me," and then immediately dies.
Oh boy, have I!
Yeah, I
Uh,
remember that scene.
so do I. It was good stuff.
Uh, uh, the
Crimson
topic of
point.
Vink.
Yeah.
I'm glad they kept up the continuity because he was the Pokemon guy in season 1.
What's the continuity of it?
Well, he wasn't in season 1, was he?
Yeah,
Vink? Yeah,
he's
he
a
was.
background character.
Oh, I didn't even see him. I only saw him as the Pokemon
Oh,
type.
you thought he was just in that middle area and then nothing
I
else in
thought he
season
was
one?
just the Pokemon cart.
But
No, he was in the
who's the
background.
Like, oh,
yeah.
cool, an unknown cop. That's nice.
Yeah, he's also the guess who it is from the show. That's him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The guess who it is Pokemon thing. That's
Okay.
all I remembered him from. Like, oh, cool, they made him an actual character this season. But
No, he
I guess
he
I
was
didn't get
more in
them.
season one than you think.
Wow, and I ignored him.
Well, I
He's
don't
better in
blame you. He
season
wasn't
2.
much of a
Yeah, I don't know if he had a
character.
line.
I think he had one line, just one, and that was to Joe at the first episode because he was at the shipping containers.
Yeah.
Disregard my statement.
All good.
But yeah, as soon as I saw the Cyberman pillow, I knew Vink was a goner. I like that Joe has to break his other pinky.
I like
Oh,
how
just
nonchalant he is about it.
breaking his
Yeah.
pinkies. And then goes on vacation and they're healed.
Yep.
I mean, I guess he takes off the guards for it or whatever. The supports during
Yeah.
the fight, he takes them off.
Oh, because he saw one episode of The Wire.
You know what? Audience, you can flame me. I agree with his assessment. Episode 1 was
Whoa.
boring. I hear
What'd
so
you
much
say?
about The Wire. The Wire, episode 1 was boring.
Oh,
Agree with
What's
Joe.
the what's the show that wasn't a quote unquote Sprink show with Kimball Cho? I wasn't supposed to see.
Joe.
I don't know. I drafted him in the baseball thing a long time ago.
Oh, oh, um, was it The Mentalist?
The
Is that what that
Mentalist.
was?
I
Yeah,
don't know. I never saw it.
I think it was Mentalist. Yeah, that was random.
Just something like that. Just like a single thing taken from something.
Yep, it was Mentalist. Yep. I was in a couple episodes of Mentalist because I'm a member of Prestige Television
Sure.
City.
Who's your favorite character from Game of Thrones?
Dude, Cersei, huge fan.
All right, fake, fake,
Fake
big
fan.
red flag, huge red flag. Good
I love how she's just evil and
red
does a
flag,
bunch of mean things to people.
red flag.
Can you get specific about those mean things?
Tyrion is my favorite person. I love how he's just so like sneaky and mean to people, but he's literate. You know,
Sneaky.
yeah, he's like a deal maker. You know,
Oh,
he
Crimson.
gets
Hang on. Crimson, you said Tyrion. Did you mean Tywin? Make sure you didn't confuse
No,
yourself.
Tyrion.
Okay, making sure. Damn,
Peter
almost had him.
Dinklage. I've seen gameplay of the Telltale Game of Thrones
Not the same.
game. Okay, I'm a huge
Definitely not
Ironwood
the same.
Not
family
the same.
fan.
We are done with this conversation. Though I will give you, it's probably better than season 8. So
It is. Well, that's not hard.
How does Lost
Um,
via Domus stack
compared to what?
up? The Telltale Game of Thrones.
It beats it. A 10 versus a 1. Next question.
Wait, which one's the one? Lost via Domus or the Telltale Game of Thrones?
What are you, deaf? Lost is a 10.
Via Domus?
Absolutely.
That's a sticker game.
Comparatively to you,
Come on.
got every achievement.
I'm staying out of this one, guys.
Everyone who's played that game. That's like an easy
Ryder, you ever played
1,000
that game?
point Me?
I said, Ryder, you ever played that game?
Oh.
I said I'm staying out of this. So no.
Well, Crimson thinks everyone's played it.
I said anyone who's played it.
Oh, anyone who's played it.
Not that everyone's played it. I bet a lot of people don't know that game exists.
Well, if it can be the poster guy of spreading the word of it, great.
There you go, audience. There's a 360 game for you to check out.
Uh, I will jump to
Please do.
Diesel visiting the. Yeah, I will. Diesel visiting the ex chief in the prison. I quite enjoy the bouncing between him being menacing and like, I just want some anime, please. I'm
The
dying in
Silence of the
here.
Lambs
Yeah.
bit of it,
Yeah, it was
yeah.
like yeah, it felt like Hannibal vibes, but I didn't know if it was like an anime thing that's like that or not.
Well, the
I
episode
don't know.
title is The Silence of the Fireflies.
Yeah, they definitely. I think they lean into both a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, then I have an issue that's in New Otaku. All right, that seems like a prestige reference to me.
Ooh, good point. Though it's not television.
No, but it's not
People
an
are.
anime.
Yeah, well, at least those are subtle references. Like they don't directly. Like he doesn't directly quote like "Silence of the Lambs" or anything.
No, but
This
it's
is
not
true.
subtle.
No, like I said, it isn't subtle, but it's like this. There's no direct reference. I would have issues if there was a direct reference, because obviously it's not prestigious
No.
TV city. um, I quite like the bit where he says like "anime is life" or whatever. "Anime saved his life" is what he said. I think once.
I can't recall
Don't
the
remember
line for
that.
line.
Yeah,
He needs it though.
he does. But obviously the highlight of this episode for me is the sword art. I mean, Solitera art online instead of sword art online.
Yeah.
Quite funny.
So was Joe's apartment just unlocked then for Diesel to come in and shoot the revolver off?
Oh, I think she just teleported. To be honest with you, I think she took one of the speed potions and just appeared there.
I
I
mean,
have no idea how she got in there.
I can believe it's theoretically possible that she has a key, but there's no sound of her unlocking a door. I mean,
No.
there's no sound of her
There's no
opening a
sound.
door
Yeah,
either.
there's no sound
But
at the door.
I don't think it's impossible. But I can also believe Joe as a character that would just leave his door unlocked.
Could be, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, the city isn't very big on like non-anime crimes, so it wouldn't
Joe at this
surprise me
point
if
also
the door
doesn't
wasn't locked.
care about anything anymore.
That is true.
Yeah.
He's essentially begging for death.
So this VR headset, I don't know where that compartment is for that pistol to fit in, but it's in there somewhere. And I think he would have noticed the weight difference because obviously his headset got swapped out with this one.
Yes. He would have noticed the weight difference, would have either commented on it or something else. But so yeah, I'll agree with that.
I can also agree. Yes.
Uh, that Spring's point.
Sure. Man, the beginning of well, kind of towards the beginning of episode 4, the beach episode, where it shows the credits and then a classic streaming service skip now joke.
Oh yeah, where they skip the credits
Yeah,
for you.
I was watching that.
Yeah, that was good.
Nice meta joke. Crimson.
Okay. Uh, something. Oh wow, that was cool. It just disappeared. Ah, it's back. All right. Uh, the blood drive thing, kind of funny. I was not a fan that it was actually kind of an important thing. Her having malware in her, because I thought it was like a one-off joke thing earlier
It
in an
comes
episode
back to
that
be
was
really important.
uh,
Oh, that's a
hugely
through line you
important.
didn't like?
The malware that she
Yeah.
has. Yeah. Uh, I kind of just kind of brought it up. To me, it's like video game high school. The bike, if that came back and was relevant to the end of the season, that's kind of the same level to me as this malware thing.
Okay.
Um, as far as the joke goes, I can see that. I don't know if I have an issue with it logistically.
Yeah, I can see other ways of like how they go about to take down the anime fiber wire, but adding in that the episode is about like the saddest deaths ever to include a death connected, I think is the stronger purpose of the reason.
And I feel they need to establish like hooking yourself up to a computer or something so that you could get a virus.
Yeah, something more like cyberpunk
Because this isn't. Yeah,
e
I
where
was
you
about
can
to say
plug yourself in because there's not really much of plugging into stuff.
No, I mean Joe uses
no.
a VR set.
You got a VR headset. You have computer monitors. We don't see anybody like jack into something. So I feel like that
That's
would be
good.
something.
I don't want to see someone jack off into something either.
I don't want to see that. But I'm jacked in. That's a Buffy reference to all those Buffy fans out there. So yeah, I kind of have an issue with that. Kind of just feels out of place for the joke, but the joke turned into something relevant.
Mhm. Uh, I think I'll jump to the last episode where he shoots the blood drive. I it's lucky that that it works because it's the data is not. I thought the data was in a flash drive, not the touch screen that she was using. But I guess it could have just been a flash plug. So
Yeah, could have been. I mean the blood drive was big for her to carry.
that
It was
is
like a
true.
tablet.
Uh, I guess continuing on with that part of the scene, I enjoy the reference to Cowboy Bebop. Now that's a classic.
Other than Space Cowboy, because I think that's the only thing I got.
Bang is also a
Oh,
Cowboy Bebop
I don't know.
reference.
You know, no. Well, I haven't seen Cowboy Bebop. I haven't seen the live action Cowboy Bebop, even though I heard that was terrible.
Yeah, don't.
What I have done is I heard the Overwatch collab and the song play, the tank song play a lot.
So what I'm hearing is huge fan.
Yeah, I'm a fake fan. Not even a fan. Go with that.
It exists. I
Yeah,
know of its existence.
I was around when this happened. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
um,
Springs,
yeah,
you get to
episode
go
5
next.
when the ACD corrupt unit comes to the AMV alley, up to Diesel. Diesel says we're gonna do it like Digimon and get things get fucked, and she starts shooting a bunch of people. Made me question: do people? Is there a ton of murder in Digimon?
I
Well,
wouldn't know.
she says they f people up. That doesn't mean
Yeah,
kill.
is that a thing
Uh,
though in Digimon? Because in Pokemon, it's just like, oh, they're tired, go heal them up. They fainted. But Digimon, it's like, do they die?
I don't think
Can they
so.
kill the trainers?
I mean, it's a kids show, so I don't think it gets to that level. Um, I haven't
Yeah,
seen
I
Digimon,
haven't
so
seen
I can't
Digimon
say
because
anything.
that's one of the ones I guess that we all made fun of.
Yeah, I was too cool for Digimon. Yeah,
I, 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 I do. I'm only loosely interested in Digimon. Like I don't hate it, but from what I understand
um,
of it, I don't think it's. I know the characters get fucked up like mentally, but I don't think it has anything to do with like people dying.
Oh, I just don't know.
uh, I really like that she shot the chief while he was monologuing.
Yes, I appreciate that. Like he was like, "Well done." These
That
just
was
get
good.
blasted.
The bullet shot was very fake.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I'd say that with all the people that were shot there were all pretty fake looking.
How is the mayor connected again? Just as a big cover up.
Pretty
he's the
much.
one that's getting the fiber into Anime City. So it's anime for everybody, and that's taking people away from prestigious city, TV
True,
city.
but the new
Well,
chief
we don't.
just murders him and blames it on him.
Yeah, but we don't know
I
if
think
he's
Toxic
involved or
murders
not.
him, so it's not just the police chief, the new one.
Well, police chief is involved with Toxic, but we don't know is if the mayor was in on it, which is why he wanted the fiber, uh, or if Toxic just took advantage of it. We don't really know the mayor's intentions because he dies.
Yeah.
Don't know. I don't know if they just turned him into a scapegoat and he was involved, or just the fall guy being innocent. I don't know.
Kind of ambiguous, but I think they lean more towards him being a fall guy with
I mean,
how
he
the
seemed
story portrays his death
genuine.
and stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh, before I forget, writer. Is there significance within the anime community revolving around tape?
If there is, I don't know.
That's a good point
Okay,
to make.
I
because
I
that
can
stood
think of
out, and I'm like,
like little bits and references where tape is used in anime, but I don't know if it's like a broad thing. Because the only one that I can think of obviously is one of the jokes in Love Is War where Shirogane, Kaguya, and where the gang is pretty much taping over the mouse because they're just spoiling a manga that everyone's read. That's pretty much the only one I could think of that's coming to my head right now, just like tape use. There could be, but I have no idea. Or
those
if
aren't
that's
things
just
like people taping their books, like the spine of their books, or taping their anime figures or something. I don't know.
nothing
Just seems like a weird thing
consistent.
to latch on to. That I
Yeah,
don't know.
Well,
it feels like a joke that was made for the show,
the
but
tape
I
was
don't know if it's a
used.
reference.
The tape was used to tape the golf club, which goes back into the sport
Yes.
connection. If that was a thing there, maybe it's like, um,
Oh, maybe
what's
that
the
might
tape
be a reference to a
used for
sports
like
collection.
boxing, whatever? You tape your
Yeah,
arms
the
Boxing
and
tape.
hands with. Yeah, I don't know if it had another name. I don't do it. Um, but like tape for that method or situation. I don't know if there's a sports anime that plays a joke on that.
If there is, I haven't seen it because I don't watch very many sports animes.
Crimson, what was the one way back we watched about a guy with like grip strength?
Oh, Baki?
I don't know.
uh,
He was in a fight with a guy, and like he like would climb mountains with his fingertips. Is the guy who fought against, and he like took an apple and crushed it with between his fingers.
was that just a you and me thing or a
No,
group
that
movie
was a
night?
group
That
thing.
was a yeah. That
Yeah,
was
I think it's Baki.
Oh, I don't remember what
sure.
it was called.
I have it written down somewhere,
But
but
like all the characters in that had like boxing tape on.
yeah. I mean, they're
It
super
might be more
strong. They're
common
great
than I
characters.
think, but like I said, I don't really go in for those animes typically, so I have no idea.
Okay,
Uh, so sorry, can't answer your question.
that's okay.
Do you have another one?
Yeah. Do you like anime?
Jeez.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it's up there for me. Uh,
All right, cool. Good in that.
all right, Sprinks, got a point
Do
you want
you
to jump
think
to?
there will be a third season?
No.
I don't think so. I would like to see a third season, but it's been a
Okay. I think
almost
it's too long.
yeah, it's
Too
been
long.
almost 10 years now. Eight
So
years,
Joe's actually dead. So we're gonna.
I
I
believe so.
yeah.
Okay.
He died as he lived,
I mean,
misquoting some animes.
season 3 could Kingsman him. Never know.
That's very true. Um,
Yeah. I guess we could talk about the ending. Uh, I'm all for like a negative ending and all, but that one just felt empty. I didn't feel like it concluded. I don't know. There was like no repercussions for the bad guys really, other than their
well,
plan didn't work. We didn't
the bad guys
see.
all died. I think
Did the mom die?
Yeah, it's like
they
what?
kind of just
That's it.
they kind of get zapped out of existence.
I mean, even further towards my point is we don't even see them die. We have to assume they died.
No, no,
Uh,
we do see him shoot lightning at them, but when we cut back, they're just not there. So
Yeah.
I guess you're right. We half see it, but we don't see like them physically die.
yeah. So in that aspect, it kind of feels empty to me. We don't see Neo Otaku City get access to anime again, and everyone freaking out. Be, um, I feel like that would be kind of something they could have
Yeah,
fun with.
definitely ends on a dour note without any conclusions. They might have been expecting to get a season 3, and when it wasn't greenlit, they just had this.
Maybe, but season one ended with a cliffhanger. This didn't. Like I was expecting the credits being just all dark and not actually showing the city or anything to have something afterwards, but it was just Freddie Wan saying like, "Hey, thanks for watching."
Yeah, I sat and waited because there was a lot of time left in the episode. Like, okay, there's a post credit. There was not.
Yeah, it was very somber.
Yeah.
Not that
I
it's a
didn't
bad thing,
cry.
but it was
Yeah,
rushed.
yeah. I agreed. It was rushed. I didn't cry, but I think I would have if he actually got the quote correctly, just because that is very nostalgia for me. That
Wow.
might have gotten me. Don't know.
I think I possibly would have cried if we had another like 20 episodes to this season.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not enough investment for you.
No,
No, it's
especially
definitely not.
when the whole show's a joke.
I mean, my investment is mostly through the actor, because I follow his YouTube channel and he does some really funny stuff that I
Oh,
like. Um,
yeah. He has really good
uh,
bits.
yeah.
Yeah,
The
some
city is
good
doomed,
acting.
Commander Fistfight, though you've poisoned the water supply.
Oh, good.
Uh, uh, but yeah, so that's probably where I drew a lot of my feelings from the scene from. And then if he had nailed, like I said, if he wasn't a joke and he actually said the quote, I think I would have been a little more emotional. I don't know if I would have cried, but I might have had some water in my eyes. Um, because that would have just been a lot of nostalgia colliding for me. But otherwise, objectively, I agree. It's definitely rushed.
Crimson, were you close
I
to
like
crying?
the ending, but we just need a little more.
No, no, I wasn't even close. But I'm a prestige guy. All right, I'm not connected to this stuff.
Oh,
uh, no, no, I was not really emotionally invested in the
so there was
characters in
no point
this.
in the show that you looked more surprised than Rob Stark at the Red Wedding.
He wasn't there.
Come again?
I was anticipating it was a trick question.
Yeah, we can tell. All right. How are we looking at our notes for season 2, fellas?
Uh, Ben and Baron.
Crimson.
Uh, yeah, I guess low.
All right. Then you jump somewhere, Crimson.
Okay. We kind of talked about the girl with her drawings, or at least her last drawing, and she's pretty funny. Of an addition, I really like the him ripping up the paper and saying "die." That one was pretty solid of a
Okay, I
joke.
still love you, Joe.
Yeah, such a little. Yeah, I agree. It was a very funny moment.
It's good. Good joke. That's
Uh,
my point.
all right, I will jump to the two of them listening in on the toxic plan. So they're snooping around to follow Diesel's mom, and I like that they're both surprised that Diesel's mom is in there when she has a very distinct voice. It's definitely funny and tropey, but
That's that. Yeah, that is the definition of the, like the trope of the hide the character in the dark. It's like, oh my god,
yeah.
who could it be?
But it's well lit and it's the voice is so distinct that they're doing it literally just for the trope, nothing else because it's
Yeah,
obvious.
no
Especially
voice distortion
Diesel
or
can't
anything.
recognize her own mom.
Well, to be fair, Diesel doesn't been around her in a long time.
Well, she also seemed surprised that her mom was at the beach too, for some reason. I
That's
mean,
true.
I imagine the mom was the contact she was referring to get him.
Yeah. Some more bits of fun in that scene was furry Joe was only holding one side of the door when when Diesel leaves.
Yeah, but he's still holding it.
Yeah, and then I like how he has to step away from it for them to finally get out. So some funny actions there.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, I think I'm nearly out, but I could probably scrape together one more. But Crimson, if you got another one.
Sure. Something that I don't know if it's just me or not, but when the uh, was it Toxic? Is that what the group was?
Yeah.
Toxic.
Yeah.
Um, when they kind of took over anime, and you were in the AMV Valley, or uh, the police there are SWAT, and I kind of found that immersion breaking a little bit. I was
Instead of it
expecting,
being like toxic.
yeah, kind of like a Hydra thing,
Yeah.
that came out of the woodworks type deal.
Yeah, they just have the
Um,
SWAT unit.
yeah, so I don't know if that was them in production, like cutting costs instead of making outfits. They just rented some SWAT uniforms or something, but that did kind of break the immersion a little bit.
Yeah, I can agree with that. And that wasn't too bad because I can buy into to the Hydra situation that they've been playing this for years or whatever. Because that's how they've tried to play it off like it's some master plan. Um,
I was
I
I took it as
uh,
that with episode 1 being like what's a anime crimes division case and what's not is like the two separate precincts of officers running around, but this one really blended the two together with the SWAT working with the ACD. So I thought it was just like all under the control now. So
And
they're
yeah,
just mixed and blended.
we mentioned that they had the normal police in the beginning of this one.
Yeah, but they
Just
weren't working together or in the same precinct building. They were separate. So now being together just seems like Toxic has taken over all police force.
yeah, I was kind of expecting to see the other members of Anime Crimes Division show up in a longer show. I would have liked to see how they are all dealing with this because I feel like they would have been on Diesel's side and trying to help her. But we
Yeah,
don't really
Could
get. We
be.
obviously don't get to see that because that's not
No.
a
This is
place in this
no
website.
video game high school season finale
No, it's not.
of season 3.
Um, I do. Oh, what's it called? I do. One of the meta things that was interesting about the whole toxic thing coming in. I actually took it in a more meta sense. There's anime has been gobbled up by corporations the last decade. Um, so it's been not as easily accessible. It's I mean, in some ways it's more easily accessible, but in other ways it's just not because it's kind of now being swallowed up into the streaming service trap where you have to have a bunch of different streaming service to watch all the different anime.
I mean, anime was kind of like its own niche, and then it was picking up, and now you have stuff like Netflix. Like now we're gonna have a Tomb Raider anime and something else. I
I
know there's
forgot
the
that
sixth one
existed.
that I'm blanking, but yeah, they're just making animes of Western stuff because they know people like anime.
Yeah.
They're
Uh,
kind of hijacking the what it
They're
is.
hijacking the niche for their own purposes. So that's kind of was strangely enough kind of the meta things that connected to, I guess, what Toxic was doing.
Yeah, I could see that as a message thing. I kind of took it more literal as like
Yeah,
toxic
obviously
fan.
that's I do think that's my subjectivity coming in.
No, I do feel like that's kind of what they were aiming for, um, with prestige TV trying to get um, fake anime fans, I guess.
Yes.
It's in
Um, yeah. And I guess that was my last point. How are you looking, Crimson?
I guess I'll
Got
do
a
one last one, and it's just acknowledging of another joke I found amusing, and that's uh, the one-time chance to prove yourself against a superior option that Diesel was granted. Uh, that was funny. I really like that.
according to the handbook of Anime Crimes Division.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a pretty funny bit.
you're granted one chance to prove your worth to your superior.
Oh yeah, we didn't. That reminded me, we didn't really talk about his dead friend, like coming back as a ghost at the end
Yeah,
to see him
so
turn Super
ghosts are
Saiyan.
a thing, or he had the power to make ghosts. Maybe.
It's an anime world
Yeah.
It's
somewhere.
I mean, there's a one of my cousin's favorite animes is literally Ghost Hunters. I think it's what it's called. So there's definitely
Oh.
precedence for that.
Is it Ghost Stories?
Oh, ghost stories is what I
Uh,
was thinking. Oh, okay. I can't
okay.
remember what that bad one was.
Ghost Stories is what you're thinking of.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, Ghost Stories is infamously bad, but at least for me it was funny bad. But I guess that might just be me. Um, all right. Uh, I guess with that we can move to summary and
Oh,
ratings,
I
unless you
have
have
one
any
more.
last ones. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I know you've been quiet, so
Yeah, I said mine was barren, didn't wasn't empty. I had one more, which was the symbol usage, how the symbol pops up. It doesn't get to the point till Diesel recognizes the symbol of like, oh, I've been seeing this around, then picking it up as like the tattoo of what the symbol means and how it's all to toxic and connected. But the first couple instances of it aren't for the police who are doing police detective work. It's for the audience to just see a pattern, which I do think is a little not necessarily character assassination, but just dumbing down the world for an audience before that one of the main characters finds it.
yeah, it's always dangerous to do that. I understand why they do it because you want to string the audience. You want the audience to know what's going on, no, but not your characters. And that's it's a common problem a lot of writers run into when trying to write mysteries.
Yeah, it would aid if the character who solves it isn't around in the situation where it's found and then gets the information later. So that way you have the audience picking it up and then the character picking it up. But in the same environment where it's not picked up until a point does dumb it down.
Mhm. Uh, I did think of another point to make. Uh, Surprisingly, it's a small one, but at the beginning of episode 5, where we follow a narration of like the dude who's living on the streets after all the anime was like being blocked out and canceled and stuff like that. Uh, he finds a kind of ripped up Dakimaru, and that's the Crunchyroll mascot, the
Oh,
waifu on there.
neat. Didn't make that connection.
Um,
Yeah, it's Crunchyroll getting in their money.
and that
uh,
that guy was the joke I was kind of alluding to in season one of the referencing a character just sitting there on screen with an internal monologue, adding fluff while
yes,
he's the one doing it.
very
And
fair.
um, I guess
uh,
one more thing because Springs sparked it with me with the symbol thing. Uh, them seeing it on that guy's wrist and then following him, so convenient. I he it's like a secret circle, right? It's not like everybody in Prestige City has this symbol tattooed on them.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah, it
that
just happened to
secret
be
organization.
the same guy with the
What a
Yeah, so
coincidence
yeah.
that was pretty coincidental.
to move the plot along. Ooh.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. I guess with that we can move to summary and ratings. Uh,
Yes,
question
I'm
mark.
out. I'm good.
All right. Crimson.
Yep, I'm good.
All right. Summaries and ratings. And today we'll start with Crimson.
Alrighty. What should I start with on this? Um, I will go with my objective first. Change it up. So we're covering a whole series, 2 seasons of something. Together, it equals about a movie, a short movie. I think it's about an hour and a half, hour 40, something like that. Uh, Not very long, which isn't really any objective issues, just a statement. Uh,
It
in
is jam
terms
packed
of
a lot.
yeah, in terms of objective points, so I'll start with characters first. I mentioned how Diesel in season one to me felt hollow. I don't I think that's the word I used, but same sentiment either way. and in season two she felt more fleshed out and there was more going to her, and it's a welcome change, but it is a change in between the two. We do have a few months of her like getting kicked off the force, or demoted, getting demoted to tape detective. So that can definitely push a character in a certain direction. So I'm fine with her changing. It's a believable change within the period of time that was allotted. Joe's hate for anime on how much he loved his Gundam in season one, I buy it. Him flipping sides to prestige television city, um, I could buy it as a just a deflection of himself trying to run away as far as possible from anime. So that would be the destination to go. So I believe that the storylines through both seasons, because Diesel's mom said that the Gangnam thing was part of the whole plan. She said that. Kind of makes, I think, season one a little weaker because it doesn't feel like it's actually part of a grand plan. Uh, kind of just feels like a tacked on thing, just to say it's all connected. Uh, I think the visuals, I mean, it's Rocket Jump and Corridor Crew also worked on it, from what I could tell. So pretty good for online visual effects. No big budget backing and anything, no Hollywood backing. You had Crunchyroll to some degree, but I don't know the capacity. I'm sure they predominantly just like bankrolled it and didn't involve themselves too heavily. That is assuming. Um, the the blood drive thing, I kind of talked a lot about it, but I do see that as an objective thing that they didn't establish. This one person that has malware, how they actively actually got it, because we don't see anyone else in this world get malware or have some sort of cybernetics that would get themselves malware and not just their computer. Um, and it becomes relevant. So I do think that's an issue. The music feels like anime music. The intros feel like anime intros. They did good on that. The quality of the references, because that's pretty much what this whole show is. It's just reference, reference, reference thrown at you. Um, I'm going. The ones I understood felt appropriately placed, so I'm going to assume all the other ones were appropriately placed. Yu-Gi-Oh! I've pointed out several issues with it within how the game works in this world. In their world, I'm going to assume it works the same way, so I'm going to apply the logic to it with the having to special summon blue eyes. Um, I won't apply the tournament rules of not using uh, um, error cards because it is an underground game. And it is established to me, at least, that this is a anime world. You get a 14-year-old banished to the Shadow Realm, which someone just flat out, the chief called Hell, flat out. Uh, and you have the subs and dubs. Sprinks was saying dubs could be like ventriloquists. I think that's devil's advocate. I think it isn't that, but the subs definitely have text visible to everyone around. It's red. So I guess. Oh, one more thing for the world building. We're established in season two that someone died, like from Death Note, and we have that he has a Death Note book. So I'm curious if it's something he could have used or not. We don't get really hard rules regarding those type of items. Um, and also talked about props from the shows being actual props from an animation. Doesn't really make sense. They didn't really explain that. Um, and I'm sure I'm probably missing some other stuff. There's a lot left to go over, but I'm landing at a 7 objectively. Might be harsh, might not. I don't know. It might change after hearing both of you. Subjectively, like I said, I'm a prestige guy, so this whole show being anime references a lot of it goes over my head, so I don't feel as invested as I think actual anime fans would be. Um, so that kind of misses the mark for me. Uh, the two episodes I liked the most was the Yu-Gi-Oh episode, season one, and the Beach episode, season two. And the characters were okay. None of them were I really had strong feelings towards. They kind of just existed to me. So I have this set of five. It's okay. I can live seeing it again, but it's not something I'm probably going to seek again, other than finishing watching it with the person I mentioned during my history.
All right. Sprinks. Why don't you go?
Sure. Just to piggyback a little off of what Crimson just said about the show usage of like how animated stuff is in this world. Do you think it could be like how some movies get so popular that they then get like cartoon spin-offs that aren't retellings but a continuation of the story? If this could be like the animes happened all in this world and this live action we're seeing is continuation of the connection kind of thing. It's just the
Um,
mediums changed.
so there's a real life event that happens, and then they adapt that into an anime. Is that what you're saying?
No, like all the animes occurred and are all in the same world connected, but what we're watching continuing story from those events that happened is in live action.
No,
No, that's
I don't
too
put
many
two and two
animes. As someone who's seen a fair number of them, I think that's too much to condense into one world.
Okay, just curious.
It,
Or the sake that those props that he has are indicating that those all those animes are like TV shows in this world that he's taken from them.
but we see that the anime, like, they're cartoon characters. We see the like body pillows and stuff like that. Where they are modeled after cartoons. We don't see live action animated or anime characters
That's a
in
good
this.
point. It's a good point.
I mean, the
So yeah,
closest we have is, I think, is probably
people at the auction.
the transformation
Cosplay.
sequence once he gets his badge back.
I get. Oh, that was another thing. They were they were inconsistent with his freaking bracelet. Him sticking it up as a reference should have shocked him because he definitely got enjoyment of doing that.
I
Definitely
think
got at
Oh,
least
anything
5%.
yes.
for Joe liking anime, anything to do with anime should have shocked it
Yeah.
out of him.
So I mean, I feel like during his fight scene in the hallway, he should have gotten shocked for thinking of like anime fight music in his head while fighting.
I don't know about
That would have been
that.
funny.
Well, maybe
Yeah. I mean, it only required 5% to shock him. So
that's true.
I do think doing an anime song in your head constitutes as 5%.
Anywho, I guess I'll go. I'll start with objective. A little tricky on this one because it is jokingly parroting off of what its genre it's making fun of is to go along with what this new story and world originally is. So, um, let's see. So the concept of like what is anime to reference in this world for its plot structure, I think, is written cleverly of what fits. So it's not just like reference and that feels shoehorned in. It actually kind of flows with a connection. So I think the writing of that is good. Also, with the writing of the dialogue, of the corniness or what joke lands, I think is also pretty good. I really like the previous season one, and they're just like, you mean fall or spring? That one was, I think, written very well. Um, the camera work, I think, is all fine. There's just some dynamic, low angle tension camera work. There's very over the shoulder work. Dialogue between two characters focused on the person and then both in the room. I think it's all pretty self-explanatory. Set camera work. I don't think anything really blew me away or was vile in that form. Costume department I think is good. Everyone kind of stuck to the same costume, which is identifiable in a cartoon. No one's really changing outfits, and if it is, it's kind of Diesel's necklace, which is the joke on itself of the Digimon thing that I know. So I like that. Um, Acting is the tricky one. I think just because everyone is overacting to fit with an anime doesn't mean the acting is good. So I think I have the acting kind of in the middle spot of okay, some are better than others, but it's hard to tell when everyone's trying to be above and beyond in the acting to fit what they're replicating, but it's not good acting, if that makes sense. Um, so it's hard for me to really judge that um, mimicry. Um, let's see, lighting is all pretty good. The FX for what they have and everything, I think is good. Um, it's it's I mean, to a YouTube show and corridor crew work, and I've seen them and what they do and their dedication to the craft and whatnot of what best they can do. I don't fully know the time commitment they had into it and how long it took to do things, but I think overall pretty darn well and good. Um, shoot, am I missing something? Maybe, maybe not. Right now I have it at a 7. I think it's pretty well made. My subjective, however, is it's a little interesting because this is I think if I knew the references a lot more, this subjective score for me would be higher because I would get the points made. It's like showing a Zoomer Ready Player One and they haven't seen anything before 2004 or something. It's just like way over their head. It looks cool, but no clue the connection. Um, and I feel like at times some of that hit me where it's like I've heard of this. I don't know what they're joking about it here is, but that isn't saying that none of them hit me of the comedy wise. I think it flowed pretty well, very fast paced for entertaining value. Did nick a little, I guess, overarching for season 2 because season 1 was a lot faster, but also shorter to it. So I guess pacing is the one thing realizing I didn't touch on. But for an for an anime stylized web show, I think it was pretty good. I think there's the possibility I could see this again. Um, but it was fun. Yet I didn't. I'm trying to find a word for what I'm thinking of what this overall show was. I liked it essentially. I have it at a 6. Um, it was fun. But again, if I've seen more of the stuff they're referencing and connecting to it for the jokes they're landing for their plot to continue, so kind of like a step method thing, I think it could be raised.
Mm-hmm. All right. There's gonna be a lot of echoing, so I'll just get my objective out of the gate. I'm at a 7. Um, I think my biggest issues have to do with some slight inconsistencies with the world building, and the plot being, I the plot is uh, too quickly paced, I think, and that's an unfortunate product of the show's runtime. But it's a problem that I can't really get around. So it gets nicked for that. Um, I think as far as Joe and Diesel's characters, I'm kind of in agreement with Crimson. I think Joe is the main character of the first season. I think they do a lot more with Diesel in the second season to kind of salvage that character. Um, she gets a little more fleshed out, and they both get a lot more to do. I guess would be the way to put it. The use of everybody else as far as the characters as being like quick in and out tools for either a joke or giving Joe Couria's backstory as to like his best friend and Officer Vink unfortunate timely demise. I one thing we didn't touch on is I appreciate the repeat song whenever we go back to the flashback. So it just really sells the show leaning into the cheesy aspect of it. Um, but yeah, I'm also in a 7 with you guys. I think they set out and accomplished most of their goals as far as the show is going for. Um, I do think that the seasons could have been better interconnected or could have been completely separated for more purposes. I'm also in agreement that I think the mom claiming ownership of season 1 that it was all part of their plan a bit too much. They didn't need to go that far. I do think it undercuts some of the Chief's betrayal for his fandom made Gundam a little bit. As much as I love the Dragon Ball reference to cap off the series, for him to power up and get the repeat shot of like the three of the close ups and the other like extra shots of like the planet shaking and stuff like that. It's really good Dragon Ball reference. I appreciate it, but it suffers from a very different problem than Dragon Ball, because Dragon Ball has hundreds upon hundreds of episodes, so they can take the time to do that. As much as I like the reference, I feel like we wasted time with it, uh, which kind of helps lean into the conclusion feeling underwhelming. Um, but yeah, otherwise, I think I'm at a 7 overall for the series. Subjective. As someone who did get a lot of the references, I did have quite a bit of fun with the show, because I even got I got maybe half the prestigious TV references. I didn't get I got the Lost one in the sense of like, oh, I know Sprinks is gonna have fun with that, and I got all the Game of Thrones ones, the Dragon Ball Evolution one, and Breaking Bad, at least in part. So I did get a few of that. I got a fair bit of the prestigious television ones. So the humor worked for me the most, I think, just by virtue of the fact that I'm in the anime fandom or anime community a lot more. And I can definitely see myself showing this to other anime fans quite frequently as a bit of like, oh, we got an hour and a half to kill. Let's do this. So I've been bouncing between a 6.5 and a 7. I think I'll land on a 7 as well to match my objective. And with that, gentlemen, shall I read us out, or do we have any final thoughts and questions?
Yeah, Ryder, I have one. Do you like anime?
I think anime is pretty cool.
Anime is for everyone.
It's pretty cool. It's not like I have my favorite anime character like a part of my PNG tuber or anything.
Do you?
You have
Ooh.
All right. And with that, gentlemen, shall I read us out?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, audience, for listening, whether it be Spotify, Amazon, Castbox, GoodPods, iHeartRadio, Pocket Cast, and Samsung. If it be on our visual side of things, be it YouTube or Rumble. Thank you for watching our PNG slideshow there. Please feel free to like, comment, subscribe everywhere. Tell us how much you hate our opinions or how much you love them. And as always, I've been a geeky writer.
I'm Crimson Marine.
Good, I'm Sprinks.
And we will catch you next time. Later, everybody.
Bye.
Toodaloo.